Hi everyone, I'm Donna Lopez and this is ETS. I'm looking at my phone so I can see the calendar, which is what I do all the time. I want to say thank you, welcome back, and let's look at September's mid-month energy forecast. And before I begin, I want to share that I put a new activation up on my website. I'll have it posted below. It's called Entanglements and Shadows. So if you haven't tried one of the activations, you might enjoy it if you're feeling entangled in anything or you've got some shadow aspects coming up. You'll find it really useful. All right, so today is the 14th of September. I keep feeling like it's August, but it's the 14th of September already. I don't know how that happened. And it's about 1:36 Pacific Standard Time. So I'm putting this up a little bit early so that you will get access to the free ETS session because it's only free till, I put it free till Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Pacific Time. Use it as many times as you like. You'll find it thereafter in my store that's called ETS Now. And anyways, with that, let's begin. All right. Well, the first thing that I'm going to share, a couple things have been coming up. I want to say about the last month and a half is artificial intelligence. I was having a conversation with my daughter-in-law, and about a conversation I had with my husband, and how an aspect of the conversation showed up on my computer, which we know that we're tracked somewhat, but this was just a blip in a conversation over the phone. And, we both had the insight that, we're not hiding anything, so what does it matter? But then the hit came right after that there's a numbing down. I want to say almost like dumbing down, right? But there's a numbness that you get where it's like, where you get comfortable with people in your closet that don't belong there. So I think that it's important, and I feel like artificial intelligence is highlighted a lot right now. I want to say at least the last 6 weeks is what my guides are telling me, that this information is coming in for us to wake up a little bit. You may have nothing to hide, which is fine, but how comfortable are we going to become? How much more comfortable are we going to become as we are observed? So, it's just something to put on the shelf and be aware of. Not paranoid, but aware. A lot of what else has come up. I've got two stones in my hand because I meditated prior to doing my activation, and they're very earthy. One's a Dalmatian stone, and another one I think is just a nice rock that I found on, one of my journeys. And but I felt this call for earth energy. So another aspect that's coming up is us allowing this third dimensional earth to go through her shifts and changes that she needs to go through, and to start gently unplugging. And I have been interfacing with the new earth energies, which are just higher vibrational energies that don't carry the dense aspects that third dimensional earth is releasing. FYI, okay, we've got volcanoes, we've got thunderstorms, we've got all kinds of different issues, heat, different issues, and it's just it's the changes that are needing to take place to accelerate our evolution. So be aware that as she is going through these things, so are you physically. And be gentle and just allow yourself to have this gentle shift and change and renewal. And the more you can unplug from fear, because fear has been perpetuated and pressed down, and we have a constant cycle of fear information coming in, and you are definitely creating. So wake up to your creations. You are participating. So this is another part of our being sovereign and choosing what you are aligning with, who you are aligning with, and I want to say with ease. Be gentle on yourself, all right? Uh, Change isn't always fun. All right. So with that, let's get right to it. We're going to start with today, the 14th, which is a Friday, and we're going to go through to the 16th, which is Sunday. Well, I see an end of a cycle today because they're showing me this big period, like done. This has been this aspect has been completed. It's really interesting because there's a trash truck out in front of my window right now that says, "We'll take care of it." So I feel like whatever you have been trying to fix, give up some of it and allow it to be fixed for you. I preach this a lot because life is not really that difficult. We make it more difficult than it really needs to be. But I see this big completion. I do feel like it's completion of a project. So some of you that have been working on projects and things, it's like I feel like I'm done. I did it. I feel a sense of accomplishment, really. I also see some of you are letting go of some responsibilities along with, you know, how when we complete something, it's like, okay, I feel freed up. I also am seeing that some of you are feeling extremely divided around do I go with my intuition or do I go with my intellect? I want to say the two hemispheres are meant to work together in harmony with one another. But when something is right, you don't have to think about it as much. And if it's not right, the time may not be right. So put it down and let it come to fruition on its own. Because when something's meant to flower and open up, or you're meant to have an opinion or decide about something, you just know. You don't have to force yourself. So don't dissect whatever it is you're trying to work out. Allow it to work itself out for you. All right, and I'm hearing something about putting on a brave face. I see this for Saturday evening. I don't know if some of you are going through some situation where you just as soon not go, not participate, because that is the energy I'm feeling, but you're going to put on a brave face. And I'm hearing encouragement. So you're being encouraged and supported. Okay. All right, and I'm hearing a lot about fearful. There's a lot of you that have been, oh boy, man, the energy is really strong, that have been extremely fearful, almost to the point of feeling frozen. And, like unable to move forward. I want to say just breathe and kind of release some of that energy. As I said, the energies are turned up significantly right now. While we know or we have heard about climate change, no matter how you feel about that, the information is been run and rerun over and over and over again, and we are adding to these changes with the way that we are feeling about it, thinking about it. I always say proactive, not reactive. If there's something useful you can do to assist Earth, do that. If not, being frozen, stuck feeling is not serving you or anyone else. So in other words, what I'm getting is that you're picking up some of the collective energy with this fearfulness. Not all of us have the chemical makeup or chemistry to be able to withstand and navigate the changing seas. All right. I also am hearing they're taking something out of my ear, like they want you to listen. I feel like you're getting information and insight, but some of you are stopping it from being fulfilled. So please listen. Please follow through on what on the way that you are being led. A dear friend used to say, when you get the first thought, follow through. Don't let logic talk you out of it. I also see Sunday. I feel like a lot of you, I see really reaching up and connecting with source energy in a very powerful way. almost as if there's ceremony being done or cleansing, connection. Um, it's not even so much cleansing as in letting go, but also just knowing who are you connected to, what are you connected to, and I just feel this alignment with this power. Um, so there's the opposite side of fearfulness, isn't it? As knowing you are that which you seek. All right. I see also a lot of recognizing that things that you've wanted or been concerned with for yourself, that you already have these talents and abilities. So some self-recognition of your talents and abilities. All right. So we're going to look at the 17th to the 21st, which is Monday to Friday. All right. It's really funny. I'm hearing, don't complicate the system. Okay, here again, we get our mind involved and, oh, I think I could help and I could do this. And you're just going to get things more complicated. So keep it simple. Keep it simple. That's the real theme I'm hearing. I also see a lot of you are starting a new practice. It could be even a new way of connecting. It could be a new way of exercising, yoga, but there's something new. Like I'm going to start everything new, the way I feed myself, the way I exercise, just this new commitment. All right, so funny because it just said, don't forget to change. So along with that new commitment comes a new you. And very often when we begin changes, we don't recognize ourselves, so we'll want to go back to where it's safe. And they're saying to step into the newness, the new growth, the new opportunities that are presenting themselves and going to be presenting themselves for you. I also see some of you are going to be, I don't know if you're going to be writing a book. I feel very strongly. If I feel this more mid Wednesday, that you're putting pen to paper and or you are reading something that is like, that's what I'm going to do, and connecting. So there's this strong connection. Very interesting. All right. I'm seeing some energy too around, it feels like the energy around Florida. I don't know if somebody's taking a trip in that direction. You know, we know that this goes out to everyone. So however this fits you. But I'm seeing palm trees. But I am feeling more of the energy of Florida energy. I feel okay with it. They're just giving a confirmation. I want to say too that some of you around Thursday, Friday, I don't know if many of you are familiar with drinking water from a copper cup. A lot of yogis do that, and it's supposed to activate your system, but I really feel like consciously blessing your water, consciously blessing what you're taking in. And if you're drawn to actually get a copper cup and use that for your water, do so. But I see this conscious blessing of what you are taking in, that I'm blessing my water and my water's cleansing me, and my vibrations being set, intentionally setting your vibration. All right. Yeah. All right. So let's look at the 22nd to the 23rd, which is Saturday, Sunday. It's interesting. I'm seeing people kneeling down and then getting up, kneeling down and getting up, kneeling down, getting up. It seems and looks like, I was trying to see, is that prayer? Are they bending down to pray? What's going on? Adjustments. I feel like there's some adjustments. I feel like you're tweaking things just around the house. I feel like that's the image that I'm getting, that there's some sort of tweaking, like adjusting, like I get to get back down and check it again and get, so there's some sort of check and recheck and check and recheck going on. I also am seeing a lot of love energy coming in. It's like if I were to look outside and see a banner of love going across the sky. So you will be connecting with more of a love vibration, a love energy on the planet. Almost like I'm seeing a sign. Matter of fact, I have been seeing signs literally the last couple days. All right. All right, I'm also hearing choose your friends wisely. You know, we do become what we are around. That was another aspect I wanted to bring up in the beginning, even that a lot of what's been coming in for the last month and a half, 2 months, is to be very mindful of what you're listening to, what you're watching, what you are in training, because you are on the vibration of that which you are connecting with. So be extremely mindful. It's very important at this time that you do self-care in that way. So they are reiterating that for this weekend that I'm speaking of as well. Okay, so let's look at the 24th to the 28th, which is another Monday to Friday. I see some of you packing, getting ready to go on a road trip. Also, I'm hearing something about scholars. It reminds me of, I guess, a road. I don't know why, but I'm getting like a Rhodes Scholar, RHODES. It's a level of education. I don't know why that's important, but I'm putting that out there. But I'm also just feeling the energy of scholars. So moving forward and doing what you set out to do. You know, if you train and you take time with yourself to become or to align with something you want to create or develop in your life, go out and get it done. This is the week to go out and get it done. I also am seeing irritations this week. So almost as if I feel like your own energy is going to be a little irritated, maybe a little emotional irritations. Please be mindful that the planetary positions do greatly affect the way we feel and think. So while this may not be an actual emotion of your own that that is irritating you as much as you emotionally connecting to the irritations that are, you know, with this cleansing, clearing energy that's coming up, we're shedding skin and emotional shedding, etc. So just be mindful to not be irritating to your own self. Get up and move. If you know, if your energy, emotional energy especially, is getting too built up, get some movement going. It will help bring about some change. And you don't have to, you know, run miles. Get up, do a little housework, you know. Your house is clean in the process and everything's balanced out by the time you're done. All right, let's see. I also am seeing something about a headache, like that friend's a headache, or they're just a headache. So this feels around Thursday, Friday. Like whoever this is around, it's like, you know, there is like, perhaps this is somebody that can't make up their mind, and maybe they have run a pattern of that, and it's just like a headache to be involved. And the thing is, they're saying just unplug, pull the plug back. Don't be plugged into their energy. Literally pull the plug back, and don't be plugged into whatever their little spin doctor is, because everybody has a different way of doing life, and if you're not in harmony with that, don't try to be. All right, but wake up to the fact that you might be connected or connecting when you don't need to be. All right, let's look at the 29th and the 30th, which is Saturday. What is that? Saturday, Sunday. All right. Oh, it's funny because right away they said cheerio. I feel like, I don't know if some of you are going to England or the UK, but or connecting with people from that region, but I just heard it right away. Cheerio. Like time to get on, time to move forward. Nice to meet you. Good to see you. So all the energies and vibrations around feeling uplifted, because I'm feeling the energy lifted and I'm feeling moving forward. And I feel very good. I feel very uplifted. I feel like I know where I'm going and I know what I am wanting to work with within myself, what I want to embrace. So I feel this sense of joy as you're like climbing this new venture, this new mountain, this new opportunity. Feels very good. Yeah. I see a lot of balloons too. I feel like there's an anniversary for somebody around the very end there. Yeah. So happy anniversary. All right. So let's look at from the 14th all the way to the 30th, and let's just see the broad spectrum. I'm hearing changeable. So they're wanting you to not to fixate on situations, people, anything, not even yourself, but because everything is mutable, changeable. All right. So nothing like spending a lot of time on something and then 5 minutes, it's not even an issue any longer. So I see things changing. I see a lot of soft kind of love coming in also. I feel like many of you who have been working in that vibration are going to be receiving and feeling it reflected back to you in the most, in just the softest, most gentlest way. I also am seeing that those of you that are pretending that something isn't irritating you that is, move out of that irritation. Look at it, feel it, and move beyond it. You're not a rock. All right. There are situations where we have to stay and work with something. This is something that is mutable and change. All right. I am also hearing something about sickness and sickly. I know I recently got sick, and so did my husband and my daughter and another friend of mine. So there's been a lot of little things popping up like that. So I find this interesting, but I hear this sickness and sickly. So, but I don't feel heaviness with it. I feel like, you'll get a bug or you've been sickly. You just haven't felt as empowered, as energized, as full as you should be feeling, or you feel you should be feeling. But I want to say that there is a new vibration, a new stronger vibration of energy coming in for you. And I can tell you from my years of experience working with healing, etc., that very often when my energy is shut down, there's nothing like a good sick. My body chemistry is shifted as a result. And this is exactly what I feel is occurring, that there is this releasing. As I said, third dimensional earth release, new earth energies are solidifying themselves into this vibration much more fully. All right. Let's see. All right. I'm hearing don't broadcast your news. So for some of you, you will be getting some news or some information, and they're saying don't broadcast your news. I know that the way I'm getting this too is that there is a time sometimes where some things are so precious to you that you just don't give it away. You hold it for yourself and you allow it to, this is not a coveting, you're allowing it to come into fruition. You're allowing it to continue to undulate and develop and create. All right. Let's see. I was kind of looking at the global view, and everything seems okay, but I am seeing global leaders. I do feel there will be a coalition of global leaders that are going to release the impurities, but are going to take a stance, but I feel more a sense of community with what I am seeing and feeling, and it feels good. All right, I'll say that. Yeah, and I want to say that our finances for the rest of the month seem okay. I feel like your finances are going to maybe be looking up. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. There is. I want to say too. This is another aspect of what's been happening. I want to say the last couple months. Be very mindful of what you, in terms of what you're around and what you are vibrating with. If you are not in harmony with your environment, remove yourself. Remove yourself. Make sure that you are the expression and the energy that you are in alignment with, and you will things will smooth out. So in other words, they're just kind of waking us up a little bit more here. All right. I think that's it. I want to say thank you so much. Thank you for your likes, your shares, and your subscribes. Thank you to all of you that have reached out to tell me that you're enjoying these shares. And namaste. Have a great rest of the month of September, and happy birthday, Virgos.